Hello and welcome back. You're watching WION World is One with me, Ananya Datta. This is WION Speednews. Let's get started. Indian opposition bloc India is all set to initiate a no-confidence motion against the BJP-led government today. Reinstated opposition leader Rahul Gandhi is also expected to make his first speech in the lower house.
सेशन के बीच में केंद्र सरकार से एक भयानक
Russian missiles struck the Ukraine's Pokrovsk twice on Monday night, which killed at least 8 people and injured 31 others. The regional governor has said that the second missile hit the town 40 minutes after the first. As per the Ukrainian officials, 2 rescuers and 1 military person were among the dead, while the injured included a member of the local city council. The Australian police arrested 19 men for allegedly sharing child abuse material online. The police also saved 13 children from further harm after receiving intelligence from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The investigation, called Operation Bacchus, began in Australia last year after the murder of 2 FBI agents in 2021. The agents were investigating child abuse cases during which the incident occurred. The FBI then tipped off Australian police about members of a network allegedly sharing child abuse material on the dark web. Most Australian offenders were employed in jobs that required a high degree of technical competency. Viral footage was captured by onlookers of what experts believe to be space junk from a Russian Soyuz 2 rocket. The space debris streaked across skies above the Australian city of Melbourne. Experts initially claimed that a video going viral of lights in the night sky is of space junk. The Australian Space Agency confirmed in a statement that the lights were created by remnants of the Soyuz 2 rocket re-entering the Earth's atmosphere.
Oh my God.
The Iranian Foreign Ministry has said that the US military presence in the Middle East are undermining regional security and stability. Iran has called on regional countries to ensure safety of the Persian Gulf and the Sea of Oman without interference from external forces. The United States is amplifying its military presence in the Persian Gulf, a strategic move in response to Iran's advancing nuclear program. Government delegates from Mali and Burkina Faso arrived in Niger to meet with the coup leaders on Monday. The arrival comes in as West African leaders scheduled a summit on Thursday. The African bloc will discuss the junta's rejection of an ultimatum to reinstate the ousted president. The Economic Community of West African states told the coup leaders to stand down by Sunday or face a possible military intervention. Now, in response, the junta closed Niger's airspace and pledged to defend the country. Russia is going to launch a lunar lander to the moon this week and unveil the mission plan on Monday. Moscow is hoping to return to the moon for the first time in nearly 50 years. Russia is keen to restart and build upon a pioneering Soviet-era lunar program with Lunar 25 lander. The Russian space agency said that a Soyuz rocket had been assembled for launch on August 11th. The 800 kilograms four-legged lander is expected to touch down in the region of the lunar South Pole. The Lunar 25 will analyze soil samples and conduct long-term scientific research on the moon. Thousands of people protested after dozens of Qurans were burned in Muslim-majority Bangladesh on Monday. Several police officers were injured in the clashes that ensued. Police say that they fired rubber bullets and tear gas to disperse a crowd of at least 10,000 people. At least 14 policemen were injured in the clashes but did not have details of injuries among protesters. 45 copies of the burnt holy book of Quran were seized by the police. The accused say that they committed the act as the copies of the Quran were old and had printing mistakes. Senegalese opposition leader Ousmane Sonko has been admitted to a hospital in Dakar on Sunday. The hospitalization follows a hunger strike he started after his arrest last month. Sonko's party issued a statement saying that he was admitted to emergency care. The party holds Senegalese authorities responsible for Sonko's condition. Sonko started his hunger strike on July 30th, 2 days after he was arrested following his candidacy declaration for the 2024 presidency. He has been engaged in a bitter power struggle with the government since 2021 when he was placed under investigation in a moral corruption case.
Observe une grève de la faim partielle.
A wall on London's famous Brick Lane has become a canvas for both supporters and opponents of China. Residents on the East London street, well known for its street art, woke up on Sunday to find a whitewashed wall overlaid with red Chinese characters. The graffiti outlined the 12 core socialist values at the heart of the Chinese Communist parties. Graffiti echoing the regime's propaganda was immediately covered by anti-Beijing slogans. Hundreds of firefighters scrambled to put out a blaze raging in southern Portugal today. The wildfires have scorched thousands of hectares of land and forced the precautionary evacuation of around 1,400 people. The wildfire started in a region but has since spread south towards some of Portugal's top tourist destinations. High temperatures and strong winds are complicating efforts to combat the flames. Authorities have declared more than 120 municipalities across Portugal at maximum risk of wildfires. As floodwaters recede, relieving China of the torrential rains, massive cleanup and repair works are now underway. Emergency personnel have been deployed to pump out the flood water from parking garages, and this while construction teams race against time to clear roads that are littered with rubble from landslides. Hundreds of bridges and hundreds of kilometers of rural roads have been water damaged. The direct economic losses have reached nearly $2.3 billion after the typhoon Doksuri. China is scrambling to restore normal living conditions. However, the National Forecast Office has warned that the country should brace up for Typhoon Khanun next. Now, visuals emerged of rescuers and workers at a train trapped at a suburban train station on Monday in China. The rescuers in Beijing embarked on a 105-hour rail rescue operation last week. The operation saved nearly 1,000 stranded passengers aboard the train. Earlier, Beijing recorded its heaviest rainfall since records began 140 years ago. Dramatic visuals have emerged which depict the intensity of the damage caused to the train tracks.
这个铁道桥它虽然说你能够看到它是通着的，但是走上去发现
80最后一批的滞留旅客一起乘转运列车顺利抵达北京丰台站。至此，本轮暴雨中所有滞留在门头沟。
India's leading automaker Maruti Suzuki plans to take control of a local manufacturing plant from Suzuki Motor. The deal involves Maruti issuing preference shares to Suzuki, increasing its stake by 1.8% to a total of 56.48%. The plant located in Gujarat is valued at $1.55 billion and has a capacity of 750,000 units. This move enhances Maruti's production capabilities, particularly for electric vehicles. The agreement, pending approval from minority shareholders, aims to strengthen Maruti's position in the evolving automotive landscape. In 2023, the global video games market is set to rebound, driven by strong console sales like Sony's PlayStation 5. They foresee a 2.6% revenue increase to $187.7 billion, propelled by a 7.4% surge in console sales. Just last year, gaming revenue dropped by 5%. Anticipated game releases and improved console supply are boosting the industry. Sony aims to sell a record 25 million PS5 units this year. While US spending on game hardware surged by 23%, in-game content spending remained steady. Favoring established titles like Call of Duty, mobile games are expected to dominate, though Apple and Google's privacy policies pose challenges. China's exports experienced their sharpest plunge since 2020, dropping 14.5% year-on-year last month. Now, this marks the third consecutive monthly decline. This slump reflects a struggle against sluggish global demand and a domestic economic slowdown, with exports consistently declining since October of 2022. Factors like looming recession, fears in the US and Europe, along with surging inflation, have dampened international appetite for Chinese goods. In June alone, Chinese exports had already fallen by 12.4%. Now, these challenges underscore the mounting pressure on the world's second largest economy. In a significant legal battle, two prominent tech groups have thrown their support behind TikTok's lawsuit against a Montana state ban on the popular short video application. NetChoice and Chamber of Progress, representing major tech platforms, argue that the ban threatens the fundamental structure of the internet and could lead to a fragmented online experience. The hearing for TikTok's preliminary injunction is scheduled for October 12th. The ban's potential enforcement on January 1st could impact over a third of Montana's population. In July, a record high number of US consumers, 82% that is, expressed concern about buying homes due to limited supply and unrelenting prices, marking the bleakest sentiment in over a decade. Now, this data, unveiled by FINA in May, reflects a 4% jump from the prior month, highlighting the challenges of today's housing market. Despite some optimism fueled by positive labor market outlook and anticipated mortgage rate declines, overall confidence remains restrained. The housing sentiment's recovery is expected to hinge on enhanced affordability, as experts suggest.